I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat begin the game with the basketball. Lowry. Celtics have it. Sizing up the defense to Horford. Knocked away. Was it coming down? Yes, it was. Goaltending. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Old school equals high percentage.
Butler into the front court. Down 4. To Lowry. Oladipo. His first effort off the mark. Boston with the basketball. To Horford. Great feed. He throws it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
To Jaylen Brown. Pass stolen by Miami. Has a look. The shot, almost. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Trying to cash in. Brown shot, no good. Oladipo into the front court. Trailing by 4. Lowry. To Butler. From the painted area, won't go down.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Oladipo into the front court. 8-2 our score. Good look that time, but off the mark.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Here comes the screen. Down to 5 on the 24. Tatum. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Lowry to Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Stuffs it down with authority.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Brown with it up top. Lead stands at 7. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Brown, down low. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Jimmy Butler, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start. Celtics have it. To Horford. Turns and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Jimmy Butler for 2. Jumper's good.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Off the mark. Well contested. Lowry into the front court. Right now, down 7. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning it around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Oh, man, you're not with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Miss. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Baseline drive. Dwayne Dedmon snatching it out of the air. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Brown, down low. The pass set it all up.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Horford. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Butler. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Horford. Short jumper stays out. To Lowry. Here comes the screen. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Butler, he's looking for that touch.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Down 5. Shot from the lane won't go. Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Five seconds to shoot. Has a look. No good. No daylight. Great defense. Butler to bring it up. 5-point game. To Lowry. Nothing going here on that drive. To Lowry. 5 on the shot clock. And Jimmy Butler, he connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Butler. Can't connect.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
To Marcus Smart. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. To Butler. That's no good. To Brogdon. Fine to shoot. 4-3. Missed it. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Miami's got it. To Butler. Probing the defense. Add 2 points to the board.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Here comes the screen. And the reward, he's going to the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Robert Williams at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Butler.
Ice.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Finish that. To Marcus Smart. Rocking the rim.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
It's the Heat with the possession. That misses with a second to go. We played one here at TD Garden with the Celtics on top. Jay and I back to Boston after this. You're tuned into the NBA on EA Sports. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Goes to the right side. Short jumper off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Miami. Shot by Brown off the mark.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Lays it up and in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Knocked loose. Lets it fly from long range. That out of his range and no good. To Marcus Smart. Griffin. And stuffs it home.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
New blood coming in for both sides. Oladipo Deep left corner. Nice pass to get things going. Brown into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Pass stolen by Miami.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Griffin. Short jumper won't go down. It's the Heat with the possession. To Oladipo. Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. Defense played it well. Shot no good.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Oladipo into the front court. Trailing by 10. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Oladipo. Trying to cash in. Jumper's good.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Griffin. Works it. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. That's 3 now on 4 shots. He'd have the basketball. Oladipo. No good. To Jaylen Brown. And the 2 for Blake Griffin.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Lowry to Butler. Lowry. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Brown with it up top. They lead it by 14. Down to Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's now 5 for 6.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Celtics have it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Easy path to the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Griffin. From the painted area, won't go down. Lowry has the basketball. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 2 of 4 now.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Griffin. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Blake Griffin trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 68%. Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Butler into the front court. He'll run the offense. Lowry to Butler. Can't connect from in close. To Brogdon. Griffin. To Brogdon. Nothing going here on that drive. To Griffin. Not that time. Lowry into the front court. Down by 15. Oladipo. Butler for 2. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Butler to bring it up. Down a bundle. To Lowry. Jimmy Butler for 2. It's rebounded by the Celtics. Down low for Griffin. A lot of contact. No whistle. And scores, plus the foul. You have to respect every part of his game. Blake Griffin going to the line for a chance at 3. Changes coming from both sides right now. Blake Griffin at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Miami with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Lowry. To Griffin. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Oladipo to Butler. Celtics come away with it. Has a look. Brogdon can't connect. Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, he had him there for a second. Nice pass to set things up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Celtics have it.
I'm on D.
To Griffin.
Lock that down. You got that.
Here we go. Double team.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Lowry to Oladipo. Lowry.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Kyle Lowry is going to get a chance at three here. For his career, 80% at the line. And hits the first free throw. And he hits the second.
Good shot.
Hits all three free throws.
Oh, yeah, go right back to him.
Boston with the basketball. Down to Griffin. Kicks it around the perimeter to Horford. Lowry. A pass taken away by the Celtics. The drive right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oladipo to Lowry. Shot from the lane won't go. To Griffin. Short jumper off the mark. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Griffin. Dwayne Dedmon. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Griffin shot off the mark. Lowry with it. His guys can hold for the final shot.
Watch that cut. I got the cut. Watch the cut. Watch the cut.
Butler gets a shot up off the mark. Deep three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Hey, everyone. It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets, for the Boston Celtics. The Heat have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Steals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
Blake Griffin has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Brown into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't miss those. Ball's controlled by Lowry. Probing the defense. Trying to cash in. Their shot by Lowry misses.
I got ball. D up, y'all.
To Jaylen Brown. Not that time. To Oladipo. Butler. Lowry. Brown with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Another chance. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lowry to Butler. Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Can't connect. And a putback slam.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Lowry to Butler. And Griffin, the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Spinning shot. Won't fall. Another follow. Stays out. To Griffin. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Misses the first.
Soft and buttery. Soft and buttery.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one.
Oh, yeah. Get Get your money, man.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's now 4 for 6.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Griffin to Marcus Smart. Griffin to Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down off the step back.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Lowry. Count the bucket for 2.
One of the hardest working guys in the league, and that's how he got his money. That's his skill set. That weight room continues to pay off.
To Griffin. Dwayne Dedmon pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Jason Tatum swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Brown into the front court. He'll run the offense. Count the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Butler. Here comes the screen. Butler. Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
To Griffin. Work it down to Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Driving right to the basket. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Marcus Smart. Brown to the basket, but his shot won't fall. Butler to bring it up. His guys down big. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Shot from in close, no good. Lowry into the front court. Down a bundle. Slams it home on the putback.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
Celtics have it. To Horford. Short jumper won't fall.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry to Butler. Scores from the post.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Brown, down low. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Celtics have it. And count the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Lowry has the basketball. To Butler. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
To Jaylen Brown. Gets it in the left corner. To Jaylen Brown. And the two for Al Horford getting to the rim.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Butler to Lowry. Can't connect from inside. Brown with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Can't connect. Jaylen Brown sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Lowry. With the interception. Great defensive play. Celtics have it. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Screen coming your way, screen coming your way.
Lowry. To Jaylen Brown. Whoa, what a finish.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Nice pass to set things up. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Add 2 points to the board.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in it. They even throw their bodies into it. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Curling inside to Lowry. And counted at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Brown into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. It's good. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, the Celtics way out in front. So the Heat will have it to start this 4th and final quarter, and they have really not shown up tonight. This has been a very disappointing performance.
I mean, they've been outplayed in every facet of the game, shooting, rebounding, even taking care of the ball. Even the managers of the opposing team are running out there faster to clean up the floor than their managers are.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
To Jaylen Brown. Short jumper misses. Miami's got it. And the finish. Slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Brown with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Won't go down.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Free throws coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Dwayne Dedman has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 69% at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Down to 5 on the 24. For 3. Can't connect. It's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Oh, errant pass as it's taken away.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Runner's good there.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Blocked away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
There you go. I like seeing the scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Boston with the basketball. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Old school equals high percentage.
Let's go. Let's play deep, play deep, play deep. Here I come. Here I come.
Tatum. Short jumper won't go down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Send him down, send him down. Screen coming left, screen coming.
Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
To Marcus Smart.
Forget it, double.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Brown into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. And he's going to the free throw line.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Knocks down the first. goes 2 for 2 at the line. Ball's controlled by Lowry. Jason Tatum rejects it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Screen coming. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Down a bundle. To Oladipo. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
Here we go. I got ball. I got ball. That's me.
Work it down to Brown. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Jaylen Brown trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Brown's free throw good, and the Celtics add one more to their lead. Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. To Butler.
Screen.
To Oladipo. Shot clock winding down. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Jimmy Butler all in stride. Catch and shoot 3 is good.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Scores from the post.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Here comes the screen. They'll go to Butler down low. Jason Tatum sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a chance. He buries it off the step back.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Butler into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oladipo. Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Jaylen Brown. Fires the 3. Smart is tough. He loves those kinds of shots.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Butler. Knocked loose. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3 from long range. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Brown with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming.
Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me. Hey, watch the screen left.
The drive right to the basket. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Oladipo.
Double, got him, trap, got him.
Yes, Victor Oladipo. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Oladipo.
Don't let him split. Don't let him split.
Tight space with the crossover. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Big finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
I got this play on. Let's go.
To Horford. Stuffs it down with authority.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Butler. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
To Jaylen Brown. Beyond the arc for 3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Shot clock winding down.
Hey, back door. Watch that back door.
Victor Oladipo. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Victor Oladipo with a chance at a 4-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. And he missed the free throw.
I got ball. Pick up. Back up.
To Jaylen Brown. Screen coming.
Don't switch. I got him. I still mine. Cut it. Coming through.
Fires the 3. Knocks it down. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm. And that's what we saw.
Jaylen Brown with a chance at a 4-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Three-pointer and now a free throw on the trip. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Heat couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Miami Heat.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Boston Celtics were definitely the better team with regard to long-range shooting, and it turned out to be quite the advantage. Their three-pointers were unstoppable.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.